As expected, it turned out to be a beautiful day here in Ontario. Well over 20 degrees. The sun's out. I remembered too, I had to bring some stopwatches over to the boys in Ohio. You know, for those of you that are old horsemen out there, you know that, you know, you always have those nice watches with the rubber casing and the leather strap, and then some goof steals them. Well, they just get stolen and lost. So I end up buying all these ones. They're right around $4 on Walmart. So fill your boots. They work just fine. Now I can tell you what you can do. Wash them and dry them at least 3 times, because that's what I did to that blue one right there, and it works perfect. So it turned out to be a beautiful day. You know, I got here and they said that Good As Him got out last night, was running around. Now this is a horse that's been in the stall for 5 months. So I didn't know how he'd be this morning, and he was fine. Laid down the entire morning. Now, I don't know how long he was out for or where he ran to. He's around the barn area. Scotty LeCain caught him. Said he was just running around playing on the track. I said, was he sound by any chance? He said, yeah, he was fine. Anyway, he was sound. We put him away and looked great. Laid down all morning, ate all his lunch. Come in and I said to the vet, I guess we better x-ray that guy's foot. Seems like he's getting sound. So Good As Him took it upon himself to get out, chewed 2 sets of lines, ate 4 breakfasts, and went on a tour of First Line Training Center. Now, I told everybody, listen, I don't know whether he broke one of the ropes. As you can imagine, at the doorways, we like to have the ropes up so that doesn't happen. I didn't get a security report this morning to see whether he had broke the rope or whether somebody did not put it up. I mean, those things happen. They get playing with the snaps. I know in Ohio we have 5 or 6 horses where we've bungeed the door shut, just because horses get out and they get playing with the snaps and with their lips, and sometimes they come undone. So yeah, it was frustrating news when I heard it, but very uplifting to go in and then find the horse laying down. And when he did get up, playful as hell, ate all his lunch, and just feeling pretty proud of himself today. So Good As Him, good for him. Looks like he is at least ready to start walking, if not swimming, if not jogging. That will depend on what the x-ray says tomorrow. Sometimes those coffin bones, as you can imagine, it takes a while for them to heal in. So I'm very curious to see what's going to be found tomorrow. Head Renegade Gypsy over to the vet now today. And you guys, even a layman, could see last night he wasn't comfortable in the last turn. This horse is usually very fluid gaited. Dr. McKee thought both his knees were a little rough looking, and his right hind ankle also just minor maintenance. So she couldn't find anything even remotely major with him, just minor stuff. So it was all done, cleaned up. She said you could race him next week or give him a week off. So we'll decide. I haven't talked to Mario about it yet. I'll talk to him tomorrow. That'll be his decision. If we give him a week off or whether we race him. I know that sounds a little silly, but it's more of a week off to let the medication work well than it is a week off because he needs a week off. So that is where we're at with Gypsy. Resolute Bay goes over tomorrow. I suspect a little more maintenance, but you know, he's not put together, a little red fella, well sometimes. And you know, I think those 3-4 starts in that race really kind of stretched him out. So if I was to guess, I'd say his knees also were a little rough looking. His front feet bother him for sure. We try to work on them, so we'll see. We'll see how Resolute Bay is tomorrow, but I don't expect anything major found any more with him than we found with Gypsy. What else? Is that it for today? Good As Him, Renegade Gypsy, Resolute Bay. We had no other findings of today, no concerns, so I'll get right into what actually took place this morning. Oh! I guess I'll do a video about this after. I bought a horse today. I bought a yearling. Our first yearling of 2023. Was on gate. 2 lather ups were selling. I liked them both. Now the filly, I bought a filly. Her full sister, half sister by odds on Aquilius, won 6 days ago. She's not even named yet. An unnamed yearling lather up filly. Her half sister won in 153 on the 18th of May. 5 days ago, she was a winner in 153, and this is her half sister. The other sister passed away, so only 2 out of the mare. One is a 153 winner, took a mark of 55 as a 2-year-old, and this is the half sister by Lather Up. By all accounts, good looking horse from all the pictures I saw, and the breeding is certainly good. The second and third dam just chock full of of six-figure winners and lots of speed. So exactly what we would be looking for. I think I paid $6,600, if I'm not mistaken, which even if you factor in the next 90 days into sale season, isn't that scary to say that? Oh my God. May to June, June, July, July to August. So the very tip of it, around 120 days. Still be one of the least expensive horses we would buy all year. And coming from a reputable breeder in Odds On Racing, Dana Perman, I believe is who it is, if I'm not mistaken. Reputable breeder, good farm, lots of care given. So that lather up unnamed, we'll have to name her also. That unnamed lather up filly will be joining the stable.ca. So there, now you're all caught up into current news. You're all caught up. Let's talk about what took place this morning. We had 3 sets this morning. We didn't go with George of the Jungle because we had a splint crowd on him. He'll be fine for Saturday, but wasn't going today. And there was one other horse we scratched also. My father's horse was one. Halley in the Clouds is the other one. Is 13. And we went with 17. Those are the 3. So we went with 17. First set, insider trading. Mounds for All, Ready for Landing. McPaisley was in there. And did Amy not have Flash Fly in the first set? I thought she did. Maybe she did. She most definitely did. Insider trading, cut it out. James went a good mile with her. Very happy with the way she's come along. Flash Fly looked good. Still picking at her hind ankles to bugger, but looked very good on the track. Mounds for All and McPaisley finished right in behind them. They were very strong also. I was sitting in a great spot with Ready for Landing, and he rolled off in the last turn. Now, a different spot. He was starting to get revved up and ready to rock, and he rolled off. So I like that. I did bring him back out and went in the race bike with him. Went a mile in 2:09 in the race bike with him, and he was good. I changed his bridle, put an open bridle on him, put a head pole and a bit burr on the left, and he was actually good. Looking around, as you can imagine, first time ever with an open bridle on, training by himself in the race bike. Second trip, first time ever going second trip. Yeah, he wandered around a little bit, looked around, but when he settled into his work, especially down the lane, he was trotting good. Last half in like 103 in the bike. That's a good mile. That's a very good mile for that horse over that track. So mentally, he's still in February, March, but physically, he's most definitely in May or June. So very impressed with what Ready for Landing did after. Now, do I think he'll get around Grand River? No, I do not think he will. We'll bring him there and let him see the starting gate, but there's a better chance of me being a ballerina than there is of Ready for Landing trotting around Grand River on Saturday. But hey, who knows? We'll see how things go, but he is going to get a chance to see the gate on Saturday. So everybody in that set was very, very good. Another mile and a half speed, around 2... Did James said he went a mile in 2:18, I believe, 2:17, 2:18. I went a mile in 2:21 by the time we clicked the watch, but then he went back out and went another mile, so he's plenty tight. Second set was great also. Punch the Clock was very good. Widespread Panic was good also. Don't Talk About Bruno. Ready for Landing. Who did I... This is why this isn't making any sense. These are the sets for Ontario. My apologies. But I do know who was in the second set. Punch the Clock was in the second set. Widespread Panic was also. So was Don't Talk About Bruno. Rito's Lady. Now, who did I have in the second? I had Drebin in the third. Seasons of Love I had in the second. And Amy had Winter Bells in the second also. Who do I have her down on here? Flash Fly. Flash Fly was in the first. Winter Bells was in the second. It is all fixed now. Winter Bells went flying by me down the lane. I cleared to the front, was opening up with Seasons of Love, and the big Winter Bells run me down and drove past me at the wire. Both those fillies looked exceptionally good. Seasons of Love was very, very good also. Rito's Lady did her work well. Don't Talk About Bruno was good. Widespread Panic, Danny said trotted the whole mile, and James said Punch the Clock feels great today, felt perfect today. I made a little boo-boo. James did not have insider trading in the first. No, he didn't. But that's for the same group of horses. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Forget I said anything. So, Punch the Clock, James said, was very strong today. Much, much better. I told him she'd come around. She took that virus hard. A lot of them did. And they need to be stretched out a little bit. Not too hard, but just enough over the last week or two, and today they all started to come back in a very, very big way. The last set we went out with, Drebin, Lonely Lakewood, Time is on my side. Who else do we have that I haven't talked about yet? I guess it was those three and one other horse. Maybe it was Insider Trading. Anyway, Time is on my side was very, very strong today. Lonely Lakewood was good also. Drebin was good, but he made a break coming out of the last turn, and I really do think it was just his shoes. We did make a change. I told you guys all the time, not everything works on every horse, and we did have the mushroom bars on him. They've been working great with a number of horses we had, but just not Drebin. I think it was the shoes more than his knee, and I think I'm comfortable saying that. So we changed his shoes around again today. He'll train at the open house for the first time in flip-flops, and I think you're going to see a much better looking Drebin at that point. Really, all the horses went very good today, except, Ready for Landing made that break, but trained great after. Made that break and trained good after. Who was the other horse I had? Who was the other one that made a little break? George of the Jungle was scratched. There was one other horse, was there not, that made a little break? No, maybe not. Oh, here we go. This was the other set. Winter Bells was great. Watch Your Mouth was great. Time is on my side. Finished up strong. J-Port Beach Boy was very good. And Great Bet looked exceptionally good today. He is really, really starting to groove. Now, there is a horse that seemed a little pinchy in his knees. We blistered his knees, hocks, and stifles, and put the mushroom bars on him. A pacer. He was excellent the last two training trips with those on. So, sorry to get the sets screwed up today, but we left the sets for the open house on the iPad here, and just texted the sets to everybody else today. So everybody trained good today. The only breaker I can see so far is how are you? Is Ready for Landing, and no, Drebin made a break also. Nothing.
You are now ready to enter the car wash.
All right, thank you.
Proceed by following the directions.
Usually they have a little ticket that comes out. Anyway, the only two breakers were by me today. Ready for Landing and Drebin, but both those colts were good. Ready for Landing was very, very good training afterwards. I don't want to get too excited, but he was very good training afterwards. And also Drebin, almost positive once we flip those flip-flops onto this guy, he's going to be full speed ahead. So very happy with everybody today. Everybody looked like they're ready to rock for the open house on Saturday, this coming Saturday at Grand River Raceway. Big day. We bought a yearling. Our first yearling of 2023 was purchased. We had a couple of horses to the vets and things looked at. We had an escapee that ended up being great afterwards, so no harm, no foul there. Nice to see him feeling good and being sound. But for now, I'm getting a car wash. I'm going to go home, drink with my wife. I'm going to wait for the kids to get home. I'm going to take Ollie to baseball, and as soon as baseball's over, I'm off to Ohio, back and forth for the remainder of the week, but it should be fun. So we'll talk to you all soon. I hope you had a great day. If you're anywhere near Ontario, you must have, because it is a dandy day here in Ontario. Take care.